Hi Conley Clan fam! So, there's always good and bad to not living in the city, but this weekend I found out one of the negatives. So we are getting ready to make lunch. It is lunchtime. We're having bean and cheese burritos. So I'm gonna get that stuff out. I do have, I've been cleaning the kitchen this morning, and I do have a ton of stuff here on the counters from our grocery haul that I haven't put away yet. Otherwise, the rest of the stuff is pretty clean. It's Elena's dishes day, but their kids are just getting done with school, so I'm sure she will probably pick those up next. I do have a couple things here, trying to find spots for everything. My Vitamix and my food processor. I'm like, where do I put those things? Because they're so big. And I don't even have enough room for all of our food. And I am dying to get some of our stuff here from Omaha, some of our furniture, so I have some places to put things. I haven't unpacked very many boxes, and a lot of it is because I'm not quite sure what to do with things because I don't have any storage space. And the cabinets are full of food. We really need to get like a little extra pantry off to the side, but I'm not even sure where to put a pantry. I guess down in the kids' room, because our kitchen back here, we have this table, this makeshift table for now. I keep looking for tables because I think we're gonna get a different one, but we need one that's bigger, and so we really need that whole space over there for the table. So we're just trying to work through things and figure things out. But I was just telling you about one of the cons that I found about not living in the city. So, we're so used to having the conveniences of everything, like literally right down the street, a 2-minute drive. And not living in the city, everything is farther, and we know that, and we're making accommodations here, placing pickup orders for the next day, and if we need something, it's just a 10-minute run into town. But town is it's only 10 minutes away, but it's a small town. So if we want to go to a bigger town with more things that are open, it is Beeville, and it's 30 minutes away. So this weekend we're going to clean the carpets, and we ran into town, Sean and I, and we took Christian and Jade with us, and we went into H-E-B because we know the hardware store is closed. And so on Sundays, we're going to do it Sunday. On Sundays, the hardware store is closed, and we knew that. And so I just thought, oh, we'll just go to H-E-B because they rent them there too. And I knew H-E-B would be open, but what I didn't know is that customer service has to rent them out. And customer service apparently is closed on Sundays. And we're like, oh no. And then we didn't want to drive once you're in town in Refugio to get to Beeville, then it's 40 minutes. And so we're like, oh, we'll just do it tomorrow. Well, then we woke up today, and today's the first day back to school, and things have gotten crazy, and so we haven't rented it yet either. And I'm like, I really want the carpets clean. They really need it. And after all of the rain that we had with all the mud and all the leaves and all the, so I really want to get that done, but I don't think it's going to happen today either. So anyways, that is what I found out. I am going to start lunch. The kids are hungry. They are just finishing up with school. I'm going to, like I said, make the bean and cheese burritos, and then once I get this counter cleaned off too, I am going to start doing some things for my garden. So we are making homemade pizza tonight, and we have a couple here for our neighbors. So we've got 1, 2, let's see, there's 3, that one's really high, 4, 5, and 6. We have 6 doughs there. And so we are making 6 pizzas. So we will probably have 4 here, and then we're gonna give 1 to Laser and Esther, and we're gonna give 1 to Ellie and David. And that is just not even enough, but just a little bit of a thank you for everything they have done for us so far. And also just I love our homemade pizza so much, and I really wanna share it because it's that good. So I will try seeing if I can find which recipe that we use because the kids do help me make it. And so I'll see if I can find that recipe because the dough is good and the pizza itself is just pepperoni with mozzarella. Although on some of them, sometimes we will do like ham and olives and what else? Green pepper. And we usually do that for Sean and I. And then any of the kids that like that stuff, they'll have a piece of that too. But we have most of our kids that don't like that. So we, though, are right now getting ready. I'm going to do a little experiment. I've had a bag of potatoes sitting down under our table for a long time. I can't even remember how long they've been sitting there. Probably at least a month and a half. And I'm going to cut them up and put them in our garden and see if we can grow some potatoes out of it. So I have my stuff here and I am going to start cutting up these potatoes right here. When I did my research, I have my growing guide my Texas growing guide. It said to cut them into, I think it's a 2-inch slices, and then it said to let them heal for about 2 or 3 days and then plant them in your garden. So that is what we are going to do, and we are going to see if we can grow us some potatoes from our potatoes. Christian, did you come to help Mom? Are you stacking the potatoes up? Let's see how high you can get it before it falls. Okay. Whoa, you're getting it pretty high. You think it's gonna fall over?
No.
It's not?
No.
Oh, that one won't stay on.
It's that.
Let's see. Oh, it fell. Good job making a tower. A potato tower.
Oh, that's not working.
That's not working.
That's working.
Good job. Okay, so I still haven't found a spot for these two things yet. I'm trying to figure out where to put those. And this is what I have left right now of the things that are sitting out. I don't really have room for this stuff anywhere either. But we will either find a place or eventually it's just going to get eaten. So, and then over here we have all of the pizza sitting and waiting. And Christian is playing with our potatoes right now. He's building tater towers, right? Yeah. Is that what we're calling them? Fun things about having a farm. 1, when you can have horses in your front yard. Isn't that cool? Here's my front porch. Here's my front porch steps. There's our front gate. And I've got horses in my front yard. Yes, that is pretty awesome. I love that. Where I'm watching out the window over here and I'm like, hey, wait a minute. There's horses out there. Oh, hi, Rio. How are you doing, girl, huh? You coming to check it out and see what's going on?
Hi.
She wants to sniff you. Can you pet her?
Joey, don't pet the horse then.
Zoe wants to pet the horses too.
No.
Rio, Sterling, hi Sterling. They are getting spunkier. They are getting friendlier. Not that they weren't friendly, because they were friendly, super friendly, but I think they're getting used to us. And they're coming a long way. You can still see their ribs, but not as much, I don't think. We have been feeding them, I feel like, quite a bit to try to catch them up. And it's hard because there's not a whole lot of grass. We do have quite a bit of grass in our yard here, which is why they're in our yard. So they can eat some extra grass that's here, that's not out here beyond our fence because of the freeze we had. And everything kind of died. And now it's finally starting to come back a little bit, but we had more in our yard than anywhere else. So they're just kind of hanging out here with us in the yard, which is kind of neat. Christian, do you like having horses in our front yard?
Yeah.
Do you think that's fun? This is his sensory sandbox. And I have not put the water beads in it yet because I'm a little worried. We have lost probably 3/4 of the sand on the floor, on the front porch, everywhere. But he absolutely loves this sensory bucket. He will spend, I don't know, he could spend probably a good at least 30 minutes out here playing with it at one time, which is unusual for him because usually nothing holds his attention that long. So this was definitely a great gift. And if you're looking for a good gift for a 2-year-old, 3-year-old, even, I'll tell you what, even our 11-year-old absolutely loves this. Our 10-year-old loves it. Our 12-year-old loves it. It's so funny how many of the kids really like the sensory bucket.
Yeah, they can. Are you jumping?
You hear something?
Are you jumping?
What do you hear? Is it the tractor? You hear the tractor?
Are you jumping? Are you jumping?
What is it?
Don't. A firewall.
Talking about awesome things on the farm, I want to show you what the kids were doing the other day. So just a little glimpse at our city kids becoming farm kids, and I get a little bit of a kick out of it because so we get these big ginormous piles of cow poop all over the land because obviously the cows are right out here. So Sean attached a old fence to the back of the gator, and the kids drive it around and it rakes out the poop and it puts it over the grass. So and a little extra fertilizing. And the kids love the gator. They love to ride the gator. But they take that and they go rake out those piles of poop and have fun while doing it. So I just think that that's a little funny because here we came from the city and our kids are definitely becoming farm kids. I think it's so much fun to just kind of watch them grow into the farm. You know, if you are not from the city and you've never lived in a city, you may not understand, but if you've ever spent time in the city or lived in the city, or you will probably understand that it is so different and that it is so much fun when you come out to farm life. And it's so different than what you're used to, but it's so amazing. And I really love watching the kids start growing into this life and having fun and experiencing things that they never would have gotten to experience if we were still in the city. And I just love, there's always these like little tiny moments that I see. And sometimes a lot of times it's when Sean and I are sitting back here on our chairs and watching the sunset and the kids are out here playing, because that is a lot of times when they're out here on and off throughout the day, but usually everybody's out at sunset. And it's just so much fun to me to watch them and just see how they react and see how they deal with things on or like with farm life. So it is the next day, and we did get our homemade pizza made, and that was successful, and they loved it, and they thanked us, and it felt good to do something like that for our neighbors after everything they've done for us. But do you ever have those times where you make something for someone else, and you're like, that wasn't the best one I've ever made, and you want it to be the best one? The kids usually put like basil and garlic and stuff in the crust, and they didn't this time, and so I'm like, oh, it could have tasted so much better, but it still was good. So do you guys remember when I was going to do my room makeover, my bedroom makeover, and then I didn't show you guys because, well, I didn't have it quite done. And you know what? We still don't have it quite done, and I have no idea when we're going to get the rest of our stuff here. So I've just decided to go ahead and show you guys. There's been multiple times where I feel like I want to film in my room, and I can't because I feel like I haven't showed you guys yet. And so, but then Sean filmed in here the other day, and I'm like, you know what? So, okay, so here is our bedroom before. Yeah, loving those curtains. Weren't those beautiful? Okay, so that was our bedroom before, and now this is our bedroom after. So a couple of things that I want to mention. Okay, we do not have nightstands yet. So I do absolutely love my Texas bed. I just think this thing is so cool. It's got the star up here and then it has the star down here. And I love this bed. And then I was kind of going for a black and white theme. So we've got the black and white pictures. We did bring those from our other house. We do have like the dark charcoal gray curtains, which I absolutely love those. We did them on both sides there. And then I am missing my nightstands though, if you can see. So the nightstands, I think we do have some that are kind of this similar color. But I might paint them and put some new hardware on them, or maybe I won't paint them and I'll just put some new hardware on them. We'll see how well they match. So I do need some nightstands here, and then we have a printer, a little printer stand that we use for our printer. So our printer is on the floor right now. We will get the stand, and this will look so much better. But then I also have like our little family picture, and this, the kids are so little. So we've had this up for a long time, and Lily, our big Lily, or Sissy as we call her sometimes, she did help me put this together for Sean for Father's Day. So if you see, like, she's holding a D, Declan's holding an A, and then Brianna's holding a D, and then Jade is holding a D, and Lily is holding a Y. And then we filled it in with some other pictures, and it spelled Daddy. And so I just thought that was so neat, and it was a great Father's Day gift. And it was Lily's idea, and so I thought that was so sweet of her to come up with that. That is it right now for the bedroom. In our other bedroom back home, I do have like our craft cupboard in there. It's like an armoire. I use it as a craft cupboard. We'll probably bring that here and then use that in the kids' room. I'll put my crafts in there. I'm trying to think what else I have in our bedroom back home. We do have another bed. It is probably too big for the kids' room, so we may just put that in the storage. And then I will not use, we have a little table there that kind of matches the armoire. We will not use that in here. So I would like to get some more artwork on the walls. There are some other little touches I'd like to do in the bedroom that I think would make it a little bit nicer. So we're not 100% finished. The ceiling fan up here, let's see. Yeah. Ugly. That's from like the 70s, I think. And although it works and it's great, and like there'd be no reason to replace it other than just aesthetics. So I do think we probably will put in a new light fixture too. Something just a little bit more modern maybe. But okay, that is the bedroom. Let's check and see what else is going on today. Well, there is our leftover pizza. Are you eating some pizza?
Mm-hmm.
Do you like the pizza?
Mm-hmm.
He always eats the pepperonis first. Are you eating pizza?
Yeah, but it's in the microwave.
You added some olives to yours.
Yeah,
Yours didn't have any olives.
He's eating pepperoni.
Christian, that's my pepperoni. He loves pepperoni for sure.
He won't stop eating pepperoni.
I know.
If he can have an unlimited amount of pepperoni, he would eat it all in a day.
I think you're right. He probably would.
Yeah.
So I just want to come out here and show you guys what Sean has been doing around here. So he was just cleaning up everything. You know, we had the big freeze and then all the leaves fell off the trees and we have leaves everywhere. So he's been blowing the leaves, kind of making a path from our house to our barn. We keep dragging so many leaves into the house and it's like all the time we have to sweep and vacuum. But he cleaned up our trees out here and it looks so nice. So we've got this one here. It's all cleaned up, and this here, it's all cleaned up, and I just love this because it's like this little pathway and you've got these trees overhead, and I just think that looks so neat. And then he cleaned up these trees over here, and then this over here too. This must have been, I'm guessing, like a like an RV pad. That's what it looks like to me, an RV pad. Oh, see, here's all the leaves on the ground. And we're used to that in Omaha, but here all it took was about 2 days of super cold weather, and then the leaves just went whoop right off, and now our ground is covered in them. And back in Omaha, it takes a long time for the leaves to fall off. So I think this is an RV pad, but he cleaned up these trees as well. They had like big, huge, ginormous bushes around them, and this one still needs a little bit of work on it, but not much. So. And then I'm going to show you up front because he's been doing a lot up there. So he did cut this one down here. We had a little, it was pretty small I guess, but it was right, see if I can show you. Here's the house and there's the tree, and we thought it was dead, and then it got some leaves on it, and then it really didn't do a whole lot, and so we just decided that it would probably look better without it. Hi, Miss Zoe. What are you doing, huh? You enjoying the nice weather today? She looks like she's been sunning herself. Hi, tell everybody hi, Zoe. Okay, the thing that made the biggest impact though is this palm tree right here, and it had other palm trees growing out of it, and it was like in our way of our stairs here, so we'd have to duck down to get through here, and it is now one palm tree. So you can see he cut this one off and this one off over here, and now it is just a lone palm, but I think it looks so much better like that with just the one stem and then it all cleaned up. It looks really nice. They've even got Christian working, isn't that cute? So this is where all of the piles of brush went, over here along here, and it was funny because the cows were out here munching on everything, and I thought that was kind of funny. They thought we left them a little snack, but they are over here making a pile. They're gonna load it up, I think, and take it maybe in the back. I think we have a burn pile back there, just sitting there getting ready for when we actually can burn again. It's too dry right now. So I have decided to scratch the potato idea. I thought that they had like eyes on them and little buds and stuff, and as I was cutting them up, I realized that they did not have that. I thought as they were sitting in the bag, I had them kind of stuck under the table, kind of in a dark area, and I thought that they were getting those, and they didn't. So I'm going to have to probably just buy some potato plants, and that way we can plant them, and then we probably won't do as much as I thought. We'll probably do less, because then next year I can take the potatoes that we get and then I can cut those up and use those to make more potato seeds. Hopefully, anyways, hopefully it will work that way. So I need to figure out where I'm going to get the potatoes at, and then I do have some other seeds, like I think it's February that we start like the broccoli and cauliflower and things like that, and I think I have those seeds. I'll have to look. I do have my seed box in my closet, so I need to get that out because it is almost time. I can't believe it's almost time, but it is almost time to start planting, and I'm so excited because I can't wait to start growing our own food. I think that's going to be so cool, and it's a lot of work, and I know that, and I'm not used to gardening, but we're going to make it work because I can't wait to have that for some self-sufficiency. Okay, well, it is starting to turn evening. I need to get the ham and potato soup ready because that's what we're having. That's one of my favorites, and I love it, and I'm gonna make some extra because then I can have it for lunch. So and it's actually really I think it's healthy. It doesn't have very many calories in it. It probably does have a lot of sodium in it because it's soup and ham, so the sodium probably isn't good, but it tastes really good, that's for sure. I am going to do this flea medicine for the dogs. So we did flea medicine for Zoe and the collies, and Zoe ended up getting a rash all under her belly. I don't know if it's from that, if she got into something outside, but I was using the HEB brand, and that brand was not really working very well. She was still scratching a lot, and the collies were scratching not as much as Zoe, but Zoe did have the rash. So this Advecta that we use, I've never had any problems with it. It has always worked, so we are going back to that, even though it is more expensive than the HEB one. And then my chromium came today. So I have been getting nauseous off of the vitamins. I'm not sure which one it is that's making me feel sick, but I'm going to start taking them one at a time, and then adding the next one in and adding the next one in, and I'm going to see which one it is that's making me feel sick. I'm kind of wondering if it's the magnesium. It doesn't make anybody else feel sick, but I swear I found that one time. Or it could potentially be the fish oil or the calcium too. So we will see. I will wait to add in the chromium until I figure out what it is that's making me feel sick. I have been feeling really super dizzy a lot lately too. I'm not sure what's going on with that, but like all of a sudden the room will just start spinning. And I do have some trouble with my ears, so I don't know if maybe that's it. I have tinnitus in my ears, so there's always a constant ringing in my ears. I've learned to kind of just ignore it. It's not super bad. There are times where it gets really bad and it gets really loud. So it has been a little bit louder lately, and then I'm always kind of like trying to pop my own ears. And when I do that, I know like something's going on, or maybe I'm getting a cold, or and I've been feeling like that a lot lately, and that tends to give me headaches when I do that. So sometimes I take ibuprofen, and that helps. I don't know if it's a pressure thing, if it's an inflammation thing, what it is. So I also am going to deworm the dogs. So I already did Harley. I need to do Zoe and Quinn. I want to do that because I just want to make sure that they don't have anything from being out. They're always out in the farm area, and who knows what's there. You know, hogs had gotten into our backyard. We had some holes under our fence. We had to close up, and they had been rolling in our back. So I just want to make sure that we're safe and we're keeping the dogs healthy. So I'm going to go do that and then get dinner started, and we will see you guys next time. Bye.